What's up, everybody? Old School NYC Gamer back once again here with another video. And I do say another video for those who watched my video yesterday that I uploaded with the yard sale finds. I sincerely apologize. There was some audio technical difficulties halfway through that video, which I thought were not there. But thanks to one of the YouTubers who commented, I had to go back, check it out, tried to fix it most of last night, and to no avail. I had to delete it, and it really wasn't salvageable at all. So, note to self: don't use this. I mean, really, it has, decent applications, but not for that. Anyway, let's get onto the video here, everybody. Now, this is basically a quick recap of the 3 yard sales that I hit up. Now, the third one, of course, was a success. The first 2 were a flop. I'll try to shorten it up for you here. So, seeing the first yard sale up on Craigslist, it was a moving sale. They said they had basically tons of video games: Xbox, PlayStation, Genesis, so on and so forth. I was like, alright, I'm there. Started from at 12. So I got there a little early, filmed some of the footage with the iPhone there, just to, kind of set it all up. And I get there, and originally it was an apartment building, but I did not realize it was also a corner bar. That's where the moving sale was. So, I waited. They were running late, and when I finally talked to the people who owned the establishment, and I just asked them straight up, do you still have any video games? They basically said no. And I'm thinking, wait a minute, if you posted this ad up yesterday, why wouldn't you even at least have the courtesy to update it? Because some people will come out of their way just for this. So basically about a good half an hour to 40 minutes was wasted on that alone, which I was really pissed off about. So, went back on the phone, so there was another yard sale in the Rockaways. So I jet over there, spent about another good 35-40 minutes heading out from the destination show was in Brooklyn out to the Rockaways in Queens. So I get over there. It's an outdoor yard sale. I check it out. There was a bunch of toys, just kiddie stuff. So didn't see any video games at all. So when I asked the people over there, do you have any video games at all? They flat out said no. Somebody came earlier and bought everything. And when I asked, was it like how many people? It was just 2 people. So of course, resellers. And they were going through what they told me they had, and one of them was a boxed NES. So yeah, I mean, honestly, when I did ask what kind of a person it was a grandma and her kids. To be quite honest, people, and I don't believe that for 2 freaking minutes that a grandma's going to buy an NES for their grandchildren. I honestly don't believe that. In this day and age, grandparents like to spoil their kids, or relatives want to spoil their relatives are going to buy new-gen stuff. They're really, 9 times out of 10, are not going to buy retro. It's the truth. So, as I'm walking away, I just have to stop and ask, were there any other yard sales, moving sales, or whatever. So, they actually point me down 2.5 blocks to another moving sale that I did see a sign, but I wasn't sure how legit it was. So, excuse me. So, I took a shot on it. And when I did, they pretty much said they didn't have any video games. I'm like, well, can you possibly check? You might have something at all. So, the wife, says, let me check. And she comes out with a box, with a nice small little box. And the thing was, the same resellers picked this house before I got there too, because they had pretty much a humongous amount of video games and 4 systems. So they left this stuff behind, and I shook my head on why they did. Because, they threw me an offer. I asked how much they wanted it for. They were asking, honestly, for $35. I shot them an offer of $25, and they took it. And when you see the quantity of games here, or the quality of games for what I paid, it's a freaking steal. So, resellers, I got you for once. So, let me show you the games I got here. First off, I'll show you the games I have here. These are all PS2 games. These are all complete. First off here, let me just bust out the first game here. This is Capcom Classics Collection. So you can see right there, and it is complete with the manual. And next off here, ladies and gentlemen, this is Capcom Classics Collection Volume 2. And this one is complete with the manual. The first 2 discs, they're kind of scratched up, but worst case scenario, if they are messed up, I can always, get them resurfaced. And next off here, people, I saw this game, and I had to get it, because they basically was, I believe, 3 or 4 sports games that I did leave behind, because I'm not going to get those. I'm not going to lie. It's one of the best, most underrated shooters here for the PlayStation 2, and that is Gradius 5. Now, I saw the screenshots on this. I've seen gameplay. It's really sick. And this one also is complete with the manual. And these 2 definitely near and dear to my heart. Well, I'll show you the first disc here. And that is Tato Legends. And of course, right here, people, if you know my history, I had to get this because it did have Space Invaders. This includes Rastin, just reading some of the lists here. Super Kick, Space Gun, Plump Pop, Jungle Hunt, Phoenix, Zookeeper, Elevator Action. I mean, a lot of really good titles on here. And of course, this one's complete as well with the manual. And next off here, people, is of course Tato Legends 2. And over here, this one has Darius Gaiden, Puzzle Bobble 2, Space Invaders DX, Dungeon Magic, Legend of Kage, Metal Black. I mean, quite a few games. And of course, this one is complete. But if you look on the top here, everybody, they have the memory card stuck in there. So I'm just curious to see what kind of saves they actually have in this card. So next off, people, they only had about, like I said, I'm trying to remember, it was 6 NES games. 3 sports games, one really, I think the other one was Super Mario Brothers Duck Hunt, which I have. But these 2, once again, resellers slipping and just out of plain stupidity left it behind. Which, yeah, I'm quite surprised too. So the first one off here, everybody, is Akari Warriors 3, The Rescue. Now this, I've never even seen this game out in the wild, let alone at a yard sale. So I grabbed that. And last off, people, what made it really worth it, or one of the games that made it worth it here, and I finally got it back in my collection, is Contra. Yeah, even I gotta throw a red flag and scratch my head on why the hell would they even leave this one behind. Because this alone commands $20 easily. But, it's not honestly for the value, people. This is one of the my most favorite NES games. I had this when I was a kid. If you remember quite a few videos back, I got this off at a flea market. It didn't work, so I had to send it back to get it returned. I did test this last night, and it does work. So, I'm happy with that. Now, last off, people, is the only 4 Genesis games that they had. And 3 of them had the manuals. So I'll show you the games here. I don't know if I can even pronounce this because I looked this up on the Sega Genesis Rarity Guide, and it doesn't even show up. So if any of you know this game, please tell me a little bit more about it. This is Sagail. I don't know if I actually pronounced that right. Spelled Sagail. But I heard it's a really good shooter from when I was talking to the individual who owned this, the father. It actually was his game. And these 3, of course, I do know. Wanted to get this one back because my copy is just shredded to crap. The label's all garbage. Of course, this one came with the manual, and that is Altered Beast. And this is one of the games I'm surprised they left behind. I don't have this on the Genesis. I do have this on the Nintendo. And that is Ghouls and Ghosts. And last off, people, this was the other game next to Contra that did make it worth my while to get this lot. I mean, like I said, they didn't want this crap, but I'm surprised they, for the deal they wanted me, I gave them, or the offer I gave them, they actually took it. And if you don't know what this is, people, by now, that is Truxton. Yeah, I heard so much about it, seen tons of people, with the gameplays. I wanted to finally play this for myself. I can't play this on the emulator, but I just want to actually have the actual cartridge, and between the, can't see over the arcade power stick that I have there, I can finally play this in true shooter form. And that's about it, people. So, to sum up, third time was a charm. I'm honestly glad I got that lot. And I do got to thank the individual out in the Rockaways for even being that cool to let me get those games for that price. And, you know, this is why sometimes people, you really got to ask, really, really look hard. I mean, honestly, the moral is, because when I went to these yard sales, it was, you know, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And by now, you know, usually the best way to get good deals and to catch resellers slipping, you have to get up early in the morning. I just took a shot. So I don't recommend doing what I did. If you're very persistent enough, you know, it will pay off. And of course, if you have a car, it really will help a lot more. But if you're in the city, it's kind of hard. So if you have a motorcycle or a scooter, it really does help, you know, a lot more. I did all this on foot myself, so it was about a total of 4 hours just to find those games. But I say, hell, it was pretty much worth it. And that's about it, people. So, you know, thank you for watching. Thank you to all my new subscribers who've been checking out my stuff. Please feel free, you know, old and new subscribers, to check out some of my older videos. If you're looking for something in particular, just when you go into the video section, go check out the search channel. See, you know, type in something Nintendo, Sega, whatever. See what pops up, and you know, you might find a little gem in there that you may have missed or never heard about, and you know, go from there. And like I said, once again, thank you for watching. Please feel free to check me on Facebook and Twitter, everybody. And lack of sleep will do this to you when you just talk gibberish. Thank you very much. Have a great weekend, everybody. I hope all your yard sales win is a hell of a lot better than mine did. And that's about it. Take care, everybody. Cheers.